All right, what's up, Scribe Squad? It's another day. It's another dollar, and it's time for another interview. Today, we're joined by a very dope guest. He goes by the name of E Money. Make some noise while you there in your seats. Woo!
Yeah, I could hear the noise from here radiating. That's good.
Thank you so much for joining us today. So we want to kick it off. For those that don't know you, I want to start from the beginning and then work our way to where we are now. And so what I always ask people is like, how did you fall in love with music? When did you know you fell in love with music?
I fell in love with music because my dad was a drummer at the local church that we would go to. So like when I was 3-4 years old, I would go to church and then sit on my dad's lap. And the cool thing about it is that this was a Catholic church and my dad was Jewish, but they still let him in the church because the power of music, transcends religion. So that was like at an early age, I was like, wait a second, I'm a Jew, but allowed in a Catholic church because of music. So I would sit on my dad's lap and then I would just like help him out with playing the drums. He'd be like, okay, now you got to hit the cymbal. And then just watching the way that music just really resonated with people in that church made me realize that I wanted to do it. And I didn't know that I'd fallen in love with it. And then in 7th grade, I started rapping. And then I just realized that I have like this weird memory. And I have always been horrible at a lot of things, but pretty good with words, and just love the way that, you could put words together and make them flow and make them rhyme. And then, just really from 7th grade, never stop. A day doesn't go by where I'm not doing something musically. So that's pretty much been my journey.
Wow, that's super dope. So 7th grade, did you know you wanted to do it as a career, or was it like something that was almost like subconscious in the sense of you knew you just wanted to do it? Like at which stage did you know you wanted to do it like professionally? Like this is what I want to do kind of thing.
That's a good question. I mean, you never like when you're really young and you suck at rapping, you never really can fathom ever getting paid off of rapping, So I'd say like when I first realized that making money off of rapping could happen was when I was in, because like I rapped throughout high school and I rapped and I was just like some kid that was good at rapping. I never really thought that it would ever pay the bills. And then it still does. It pays like it pays a little bit, but I'm not saying it's my full-time job. But like in college when I got on this thing called Team Backpack and then watched some of the videos start to blow up. And then I realized that, this is more than just a hobby. If I get off my ass and if I really grind and instead of just, spend all my time and energy chasing women in this college city or, doing what like a normal 20-year-old would do, if I dedicated more of it into music, so that was really at age 20 during the Team Backpack days is when I took it seriously, I would say.
Okay. All right. So we'll get into more about like the independent stuff in a second, but
Mhm.
so tell us, if for people who aren't familiar with the whole backpack world, like what does that consist of, and what did you gain from that experience, like positive, negative, etc.?
Yeah, totally. So the backpack world is just like this. Basically, it's like a group of hip hop purists who don't care about what your image is. All they care about is do you have a message? Do you have something behind your lyrics? Because a lot of people have told me like, just rap doesn't sell. You have to package yourself right. But like the Team Backpack movement is like we're throwing all the politics out the window. Screw who you know. The cream lyricists will rise to the top. So what Team Backpack was is it was just like it was a platform that like allowed artists from all different walks of life, all different colors, to just get on a condenser microphone, spit a 16-bar verse over a nice beat, and then we would just put it out on the internet, and then the fans would decide. And it was basically like the court of public opinion. Whoever the public said that they were feeling the most and that they wanted back on the ciphers would get invited back. So it kind of felt like American Idol in the sense that like I could get voted off anytime I rapped in a Team Backpack cipher. Like the one cipher that I ever had where fans were like, not really feeling E-Money anymore. Then you just so I was like fighting for my life every time I was in one of those Team Backpack ciphers. And another thing about the movement is that it made hip hop competitive again. And hip hop is like boxing, you know, we're friends with each other, but also we don't forget, we want to be the best. And we want to, like when I'm rapping on the same song with somebody, when I'm in the studio with somebody, I don't view them as a friend. I view them as a competitor. And that's what brings the best out of everybody. So with these Team Backpack Cyphers, they would put 3 people, and you know, the snowflakes would say, oh, let's just all up each other. But really it was like, no, I'm trying to destroy you. I'm trying to end your career with this cipher. So, and that ultimately is what made me step my rapping skills up, is knowing that I had to go up against a guy like Jeff Turner, Token, Passionate MC, like some of the most prominent lyricists in the world, who I watched on the internet and said, there's no way that I could keep up with them. But then it's like, oh, by the way, you're in a cipher with them in 1 week. So it really, like, being in that environment, it was kind of like a rap boot camp that like forced you to dig deep and become like the type of rapper that you never thought you were capable of becoming, really.
I like that. I like that concept, because I'm all about, you know, positive competition, in the sense of it's a-okay to say I'm a better rapper, or think that you're a better rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's that's the sport of hip hop, and I feel like we kind of have lost that. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you know, there's beef, right? And that's been a part of the culture too. But it used to just be like, I think I'm a doper rapper than you, so I'm gonna hit you with some bars like that are better than you. Then you're gonna come back. And yes, at the same time, we could all root each other on. But yeah, there's that, you know, that grind and that grit to just like, okay, no, I want to out rap this person. I want to be better than this person. And it pushes you to become like a better rapper. And I think that's like super dope. I find it interesting because it's like, it's almost like this, we call it the underground, but at the same time, I tell people like all the time, like there's people on YouTube rappers or backpack rappers or et cetera that sell out shows and have made entire careers, but they're not being played on the radio. You know what I'm saying? They're not signed to a major label. And in fact, they end up making more money than these major artists. But there's also the other side. And I understand that, you know, I can definitely relate to that, being an independent artist myself. Like, let's talk about how you could make music and still not be, you know what I'm saying, making money off of it enough to take care of yourself. Like, what has some of those struggles been for you as an independent artist in the process?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because like I have one song that pretty much is responsible for 85% of my income as an artist, that like, and it's just like so crazy how you'll have, you know, you'll work your ass off, but then one song that you made a few years ago, for whatever reason, you just struck gold. Your voice sounded great over that beat. You released it at the perfect time. Timing has a lot to do with it. And then you just have to not get discouraged, because like, and it's weird, like, yeah, that's pretty much been my main struggles. Like in late 2015, I released a song that's to this day hands down my most popular song, and I've released what I think are better songs since then, but every time I release a song within the first 2 weeks, I could just see that it's not going to do the same numbers that one song did. And so numbers wise, it's like this is a failure, but also it's motivating, because every single time I make a song, it's like I have a goal that I need to top that one song that I did. And yeah, and it's just weird because it's like a song that I made drunk in my mom's basement, not thinking anything. I was almost not going to put it out. So with music, it's just so random. You really never know how successful songs are going to be. I mean, you could speak to this. There's probably songs that you made where you were like, this is the one. Mom, get ready. I'm moving you into a mansion. All of my haters. This is going to be the song that makes me. And then it just
doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it. And what is the song that you're talking about?
It's called Jabba the Hutt. It's on my Spotify and YouTube.
Okay.
And
I find that to be interesting. I don't know. Are you familiar with Futuristic?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah.
So he was one of his biggest song. Well, the biggest song that he has is called "The Greatest," right? And so that was another song that he wasn't even going to put it out. Like he literally wasn't going to put it out. He put it out, and then he went to a show. By the time it literally had gone viral. By the time he got at his show, it had went viral. Like, wow. And so from what my artist friends that I know that have been very successful, they say that whatever song you think is gonna pop off, it probably isn't it. It's gonna be
Yeah,
some song that you're not thinking about that's just like whatever song it ends up taking off. And so that to me always says like 90%. I always say 90% of success is showing up. So you have to show up with the same intentions every single time. Regardless of what the outcome is, even if you get the
totally.
outcome that you want or you don't get the outcome that you want, I think you just keep showing up. And for me, I think that's success in general. Like success happens to the people who just don't quit, like who
Yeah,
are relentless about what it is that they want to achieve um,
totally.
in life. And so I find that to be interesting. So where are you from? Like what city?
I'm from it's a small town like an hour north of San Francisco called Sonoma,
Okay.
California. And people always say like, dude, no matter what, you're still the best rapper to ever come out of Sonoma. I'm like, I think I'm the only rapper to ever come out of Sonoma. That's nothing that anybody should brag about. So, but yeah, it's a town. It's like 12,000 people live up here. It's the wine country. So if you're not making wine, then you shouldn't live in Sonoma. And it's super expensive too. So
Are you
it's
still out there now?
I'm at the moment I'm here just because it's coronavirus. I'm just chilling with the fam, but I actually live in Los Angeles. I have an
Okay.
apartment down there, and my 9 to 5 is just working in reality TV casting. So it's
Interesting. Very interesting. What have you cast for?
a bunch of shows. So like Fear Factor, Worst Cooks in America. Like I've cast for Temptation Island, Love Island. I'm trying to think of shows that like people would know. Literally like a lot, like $100,000 Pyramid, a lot of game shows, like competition shows, Supermarket Stakeout, a couple of
Wow.
Food Network shows. So
So are
just
you
kind
the
of,
main casting director or are you working with a company or something?
yeah, I'm just working with a company. I'm like, my job is just to like message hundreds of people on Instagram who look good for shows beg them, and beg them to do the shows, because the best people for TV are the people who don't want to do TV. So you have to sell them on the opportunity. So,
Wow.
because a lot of people apply, but the people who are like trying hard to be on TV, it's not authentic. You know, the guy that you just run into at a bar who's got this unapologetic personality, but who doesn't care about TV, those are the people that they want. So
Hmm.
the challenge is getting those people to agree to it. You know.
Interesting. Very interesting. How
Yeah.
does that influence your music? Have you found it to have any influence at all?
Um, it's weird because like my music career has helped my career in casting, just because like the following that I've built up, you know, having the blue check mark, and then because then it's easier to get people to respond when you have a blue check mark. You know, you messaged me today and I was like right away, this
That
girl
part.
yeah. So it's that, and then it also has helped me like, because like my job is through my Instagram page where I'm promoting my music and I'm messaging all these people, and a lot of them end up checking out my music. So like no matter what, I find a way to weave in, you know, promoting myself shamelessly all the time. That's the thing, when you're independent, you are advertising yourself 24/7, and if you're not, then you're just getting lost, you know. So
I would definitely agree with that. So what's your
yeah.
favorite song that you've written and why?
Oh, that's a great question, man. My favorite song that I've written. You know what? I would say I'm a big like sentimental guy, and I like when you write song in like really dark moments of your life where you didn't think you could ever get out of it, and then through the power of music, it literally was the thing that helped you climb out of that hole from writing that song. So there's this song that I wrote called Happy Place. It's my I guess second most successful song, and I wrote it while I was on like an MTV reality show, which was the most miserable experience of my life. Like it was 30 days that felt like two years, just trapped in a house, cameras all the time, going to sleep listening to 5 people banging in the same room, and just being the weirdo kid who nobody talked to. It was really rough. So but one day, it was like magic. Some kid was able to bring out his guitar and he just started playing something on his guitar. And then I just like on the spot wrote this song that it was just, you know how sometimes songs just write themselves. Sometimes you have to take hours and you're forcing out lyrics, but then sometimes because you're, you know, you have so many emotions that lyrics just come out of you and you don't know where they just come from the sky. So that's what happened. And then after leaving the house, we ended up recording it, and then it really resonated with a lot of people, and it's one of the only songs that I released, and somebody commented, and it's on YouTube, you can read it, and somebody said, I was planning on like taking my own life today, but then I found this song, and now I want to live. So it's
Wow.
for that reason, that song Takes the Cake is like my favorite, because it really helped somebody. So
That's the power of music right there. And that's kind of
yeah,
this.
totally.
So what do you have coming next? What are you dropping next?
So I released an album like a month ago or a month and a half ago. So I've been kind of just promoting that, and then now what I'm doing is just going back to the game of just like dropping singles. So I'm gonna be trying to drop like a single every 3 weeks or every month or every 2 weeks, whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, over the last month, after releasing the album, over the last month I've kind of just been taking a break from music and doing more self-discovery, because I don't believe in like forcing music. I just believe in like, some phases of your life you just have the juice and you're just in this creative zone, and you should completely take advantage of that, because you can make 100 songs in 2 weeks if you really take advantage of it. Right now I just haven't really been motivated, so instead of letting it get me down, I'm just using it as an opportunity to educate myself, to read books, to go on walks, to get to know people, to get to know myself. So then when I feel the motivation and the creative juices flow again, then I just hit the ground running. That's kind of how I work. I'll just get super motivated and just lock myself in the studio. So that's, right now I've just been chilling, really.
Well, I'm excited. I think after this interview, I'm definitely excited to see what it is that you do next.
Yeah, totally.
I feel like you have a really dope mindset and a positive mindset. So
Thank you.
I think that's great. That's something that we all need in life. All need in life. Okay, so what you do now is to shout out your socials, let people know where they can follow you and where they can check out all your stuff out.
Absolutely. So I'm on Instagram. I'm at eMoneyDoesIt, and then Spotify it's just eMoney, and then YouTube it's eMoney Music. And you could just check out. I released a song about a week ago that I haven't even promoted. It's the only song that I've released that I still haven't promoted, because just with everything going on in the social climate, I just feel silly being that one guy on your Instagram feed saying, "Hey, check out my new song," when I don't think that this is a time to promote your own brand and your own shit unless it aligns with bringing people together in the movement. So I'm just kind of it just hasn't felt right to want to promote the song, but I released that. You can check out my album. That's what I highly recommend, is for people to check out my album, which is called Everything Is Fine. And I think that's my best work to date. And then, if you love it, if you hate it, I would love to hear honest feedback. That's what really makes artists get better, is like honest feedback, So I would greatly appreciate that.
And well, there you have it there. It's our boy eMoney here. Make sure you check out his music, hit him up on his social, check out that new album, Everything Is Fine. And thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll be in touch, and I'm excited to see where your career goes too. You got some really awesome stuff on your page.